Welcome to another episode of Most Man. We are on subscribe. We're on YouTube, obviously. Subscribe, ring the bell, comment. Need some comments, boys and girls. We're on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, iHeartMedia. TheMostMen.com is the website, and info@themostmen.com is the email. So, get man kits coming soon. Get your man card. Get your balls back. Get your 12-step program on how to maintain, retain, and all the cool swag that we're coming up with. So, good to see y'all again. What's up, Timmy?
Hey, good to be here in the windy, what do you call it, pollen laden air that's tearing everybody up.
Yeah, no,
but it's warm, and it's not raining, so it's good.
Yeah, you didn't bring any crazy weather with you this time.
Yeah, it's in the trunk. All right, so what's been up with you?
Oh, man, just, geez, selling the house. These people are like, I mean, it got so much action that it's like you never know when you can be home and when you can't be home, and you have to leave at a moment's notice. You know, they just call you and they're like, hey, can we show it in 15, 20 minutes? It's like, God dang, man. Got shit to do.
I just got on the toilet. Make it 30.
Well, and I have to do the clean sweep through there just to make sure that my son hadn't done anything crazy. Just it's always got to be spotless too. Like they're like, you left a coffee mug on the countertop, and it's like, well, no shit.
It's my home.
Yeah, I fixed myself a freaking tea this morning.
Yeah, that's being a little too anal. Good God.
Oh no!
You don't understand.
Well,
you live in the house.
Yeah, but have you ever? Well, you've been in your house forever, so you don't know. But man, I'm telling you, these women will come in and pick things apart. That's something to talk about right there. Okay.
And most men are like, yeah, I don't even tell her.
No, listen.
She's going to do it.
Listen to this. This is crazy, okay? Because I was leaving and they showed up early, okay? And they don't want you to be here because they don't want them asking you questions to where, well, the homeowner told me this, and it's just like, don't say nothing, just leave. So I live in a pretty uppity area. I live in Aledo, Texas, and man, it's all about they've won state football for the last 15 years in a row or however many. It's been a lot ever since I've been here. They've won, but anyway, everything people they move here. It's like Southlake. They move here for the sports, and the parents will pay whatever they have to pay to get their kid in the sports program.
Their football coach makes like 3 times what the president of the United States makes.
I think the football coach here makes a couple million a year.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's crazy, and I think they even he gets a housing allowance. He gets all this stuff. Just
and if he doesn't win, they'll burn the house down and.
Yeah,
pants him.
Yeah, but no. So this couple pulls up, and I don't know what she didn't like. It could have been, I don't know. I don't know what she didn't like. But she got out of the car and she looked around and she goes, "I don't think so. Let's go." And she gets back in her car, or the SUV, whatever it was, and that guy looked at me, most man moment. He looked at me and he goes, and that bitch has never even had a fucking job.
And she's calling the shots.
Yeah, and I'm getting a pretty chunk for my house, so it's not, it's...
Well, she's probably wanting a brand new house. And you don't have a brand new house. It's been here a while, so you want a new house, go buy a new house.
Well, but at the same time, people come in and it's like, you saw pictures of it, okay? It's not a new house. It's used. And I'm not doing anything to it because I know for a fact that whoever buys it is going to come in here and do what the hell they want to do with it.
Put their personal touches on it.
Yeah. So, but I mean, it was just, I tried to hold it in, but I started dying laughing, man. Because he goes, and she's never even had a fucking job before. And
you should have said, "You want a beer?" You should have given him a beer to put up with. He's got more of that crap to put up with.
God almighty,
he needed
man.
a beer.
Oh, and
well, she might have had to do something. She just wants to move in and have it pristine.
I don't know.
I do.
No, I know, but I'm just saying. It just I was in shock, and funny that we bring this up because I was talking to a realtor that I'm looking at this other house that I may move into. The one that I'm wanting to is perfect for my kid because he can do what he wants to do. He can go. It won't screw his program up is what I'm getting at. And but I'm looking at this other place for a backup, and this chick was cool. I could tell she was, she'd been around the block, but we started talking about the Most Man thing yesterday. She was like, "So explain this to and I started telling her, and she was like, "Oh my God." She said, "This is awesome." And but that's what we had the conversation of, because she made some mistakes when she got she got married young, had kids young, and then figured out she like I told her, I said, she's like, "Tell me kind of what I was like, it's for the young men. It's like, look, this is what you got coming. Like, if you don't have the talk, like you need to have the talk, what's the landscape look like for the next 5 to 10 years? Like, what's our plan? Because these young people, they're like, I would just figure it out. Well,
because it doesn't ever stay exactly the same. I mean, the road winds and turns and bends, and you gotta, if you ain't turning when she's turning and bending when she's bending, it can get sideways.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever brought it up before, but my sister and brother-in-law are a perfect example of. He's a great guy. Okay, great guy, great father, husband, all of it. He was a musician, and this guy could have made it places. I mean, his dad played with, what. I'm not saying that he was on Waylon Jennings or Johnny Cash's level or any of that, but he was in that era, and they all knew each other. Now, he didn't get famous like they did, but they all started out kind of in the same arena. Okay, so he had connections. I mean, and he was that good. But so his dad owned a machine shop that made oil drilling stuff and plugs and all this oil field equipment. And so the family was well off. Okay, so here's kind of what I'm sure my sister was thinking was, okay, well, when his dad retires, the sons will take over the company, this, that, and the other. Well, what happened after they started having kids, okay? And this is why I'm saying this for the young guys out there and girls, listen, because he was tapped out at 22 years old. He wasn't moving up any further in the company. You know what I mean? And I don't think that the talk was ever had is do I get to take? No, the dad was like, no, I'm selling this motherfucker, and if you wanted in on it, you could have been buying in. Like,
nobody's getting handed nothing.
No, hell no. So all of a sudden, my sister's like, you could just tell that they peaked, and it was like
her plan wasn't set in reality,
right? So that's why I'm saying have the talk. And I was talking to that realtor about it yesterday, and she was like, "That is so." She's like, "I got 2 daughters, and I'm going home to talk to them about this tonight because they're in their 20s."
Yeah, you don't need them hooking up with some knuckleheaded dude that the pie in the sky guy. Sometimes the pie in the sky guy works,
It does.
Once in a while. I mean, the guy hey man, he's kind of out there, but he pulls shit off. Don't count him out. But 8 out of 10 people, I'm gonna have a Lambo by the time I'm 20 or 25. What are you gonna do to get it? I'll figure it out. No, that ain't good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, when I started Shamrock, when I was going to get back into the home services business, when I was so horny to do that, then figured out I was like, good God, I don't want to do that. I hired a kid, the same thing. And I gave him a chance, and he was young, he was smart, he was energetic, had a great personality, which he could sell and all that, and he was a hard worker, and he was a good guy, but man. I remember him riding in the truck with me for the first 2 or 3 weeks. I was just like, dude, would you shut the fuck up about you just need to get this done first. Like, get this accomplishment done first. They get so ahead of themselves, man. And then when the train comes off the track, it's bad.
Or they realized the train never was on the track.
Yeah, well, I had to fire him. I mean, he started thinking that he was running the show. Like he was. And here's what it was my fault. I showed him the money too fast. He was making, you know what I mean? Like I showed it to him too quick because I didn't want to be out there climbing on roofs and doing all the work and all that. I was like, so here's what you can make. So, yeah, that's what I did. So all of a sudden he thought, you can't do it without me. And I'm like, well, yeah, I can. Just don't have to get up on the roof. I'll do everything else. Yeah. Just.
So there's a most man for you. Don't get ahead of yourself.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, check this out. Okay. So I met him at a restaurant. He was he was a waiter, and he was so good. I was like, dude, what are you doing here? Like, you could be making it somewhere else. Like, you got, there's people out there looking for people like you, and I'm one of them, so let's talk. Well, turned out that his I won't say his name, but I'm just, I can't remember if his mom, something was wrong with his mom, like she either drugs or something like that, and then, but him and his dad were coming home from work or from something. And his dad was a Harley guy, and his dad was like the one that raised him. And what happened? They were going down the road and a truck with a horse trailer pulled out in front of them. And they're on a motorcycle and he was on the back. And the gooseneck or the fifth wheel just fucking decapitated his dad. But it shot him over the trailer, and he was in a coma for like 3 or 4 months. Woke up, and this was when he was like 14 or 15. He was young, and then he was raised in foster care and all that kind of stuff. So this kid had a pretty shitty hand dealt to him. So, and I not that I felt bad for, but I was that age where sometimes you just need somebody to give you a shot. You know what I mean? And I did. I went out and bought him a brand new truck like that one I got out there. Bought him a new truck, but I mean, just set him up for success.
But he wasn't ready for it.
No. It's the kid that we were at the Bluebonnet Cafe.
Yeah, I already ran that one through my head. That's what I was going to say. Yeah, you introduced me to him over there.
Yeah.
In Fort Worth.
Yeah.
So maybe the next time he winds up in this situation, he'll be more, since he's already done this.
Yeah.
So maybe you helped him, maybe not him helping you, but you helped him down the road.
Oh, I did, because he's called me back several times thanking me. And
maybe he's got his shit together now.
He does have his shit together now. He does. But, it was one of those things that you think you got bad times, just listen to some of the, it's just like, God almighty, man.
Well, there's a business kind of thing right there. Most people are afraid, or you start a business and you're trying like hell to be successful, but you got to be careful because if you get too successful too quick, then that's a whole different set of problems. And a lot of times people aren't ready for that set of problems, how to handle success.
Yeah. Because when that comes, it comes.
And you don't want to screw it up. I mean, you can screw it up.
Yeah, you can screw it up. Yeah. Yeah, or you can get hit by a fucking hurricane,
There's that.
Yeah. I mean, Jiminy Christmas, I'm telling you. And that's one of the things I wanted to talk about is that, I will slowly get into what all happened with me and all that, because I don't want to feel like I'm complaining or whining or anything like that. But I did. My company got hit by Hurricane Harvey, and I ended up losing everything. I lost millions. I mean, millions of dollars. And I mean, it was a huge undertaking to go through it all, and now, even though I'm okay, but I'm starting from scratch right now. Like I'm down I'm at the start over. And it's scary. It is scary. I'm not going to lie. It's scary. But once I got, everything kind of started lining up. Things started happening. I got a full offer on my house. And I've got people lined up for the land up the road, because we're selling it separately. So there's 10 people that'll pay, a certain amount for it now if I'll take it. And I'm getting close to doing it, but I'm just saying it. So I went to, and I even called you this day. But it just happened. I was freaking out the night before. I was stressed. I mean, just panicking, freaking out, just going, man, I got to get this done. I got to get the house sold. Just panicking. And the next morning I wake up with a text saying, we got a full offer, close in 30 days. And I was like, oh my God. So I was like, okay, you need to drag your happy little ass down to church and say thank you. Not just here looking up to the sky. You need to drag your happy ass into church. You don't go as much as you should, or it's one of those things that.
Yeah, not between bites of your burger. No, drive down there.
Yeah,
let the man know
that you're thankful.
You got my attention. I'm down here one-on-one.
But it was a thank you process at first, and then I was just like, man. But I just sat there. I thought that I'd be the only one in there too. Okay, so I'm Catholic, so I walk in and I thought, well, because at first I was, it's not I wasn't scared. It's just like when you haven't been in a while, you kind of feel like, oh man, you know what I mean? You get that feeling like, somebody gonna ask me why I'm here, or but I thought I'd be the only one there. No, there was 2 people up in the front left, and then there was a woman over here, and you could tell she was hurting, man. She wasn't crying, but you could tell that this woman was hurting. And I was there thinking, and then but I just sat there for about 30 minutes and just talked to him about nothing, anything, everything, life, what I've been through, And I remember saying, please help that woman up there. Whatever she's going through, help her. Because whatever she's going through is probably worse than what I'm going through. But I'm telling you that I left. And I just, the feeling that I had, I was like, man, I was driving down the road going, this feels pretty good. You know what I mean? It was powerful. It was powerful. And I told myself when I got back, I was like, you need to get more of that.
Yeah, it's a high.
It is. But see, here's the thing. I've always had a relationship, and I'm not saying that I hate it, but I haven't always been as good as I should with it as should. I've never dedicated. I felt like I was okay. I'll go. It's Easter or the family or whatever. Okay, I'll go. But now it's like, dude, I've been every day since then. Every day, sometimes twice a day.
Yeah, my church is right up the road from my house. I drive by it all the time, and I need to stop popping it. I give it the wave sometimes, but I don't go to mass every Sunday like I used to. As a kid, I hated it because it was the ritual of it drove me nuts.
Exactly.
It was like I was in prison or something because I had to go.
Yeah.
But as an adult, you don't have to go. But if you want to go, you have to go, but it's for a different reason. It's not because your parents are dragging you. It's because you have to go because he's the man who's going to save you. So that's where you go.
But the power of what I've gotten. And I'm not sitting here preaching to people and telling them, you have to go to church, blah, 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 blah.
Not a bad idea, though.
No, not. But I'm just saying the power of what I've been through the last couple or week and a half, I have had more. I've had more peace. But every day I wake up anxious because this is going to be, I've got 21 days left till I close, But this is going to be the longest 21 days of my life. You know what I mean? Like, I need this to happen. And it's that important. So.
Yeah, you can't start from scratch. It isn't like you got plan B right behind it.
No.
Well,
I do now. Bought me a little, bought that, yeah. I'm just saying, the power of prayer, and because I went because I didn't want anything. I didn't go there wanting anything. I just was there to say thank you.
Thank him for what you already got.
Yeah.
That's different than wanting
But the
something.
feeling that I got coming out, I was like, man, that felt good. And every day, I've gone every day. It doesn't take it. I was on my way back here. I stopped in for, I don't know, 5-7 minutes.
Get your booster shot.
Yeah. It's just saying, you might want to try, just try it. But I just remember hearing all these people, you just got to give it to God. You got to give it to God. You got to do this. You got to do that. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds all right. That sounds easy. And shit's just going to fall out of the sky. No. I remember when I was going through when I was starting the concrete company back over, and it was just a rough start. Like, we had all this, just all this shit happen. And I remember I didn't go to Vegas that year because I had so much shit going on. And they were like, why aren't you here? Why aren't you here? And I said, dude, I got this, that, and the other. And this guy, Brent, that owned a big family-owned company around here, he just sold it. But he was like, just give it to God. I'm like, give it to. He's like, yeah, just give it to him. Give it to him. He'll handle it. And I'm like, this is a business problem. This isn't a God. You know what I mean? But but how people say that all the time. They're like, you just got to give it. Give it to God. And I'm like, well, maybe he doesn't want all my problems.
But see, sometimes he won't handle your problem for you, but he can give you the peace of mind for you to be able to handle it on your own.
Exactly.
So it's not like, here's the solution to your problem. Here's the breath you can take to relax.
Yes.
And then you'll see things more clearly and make the decisions in the right order, or whatever it takes.
Exactly. But I've felt the power of it this last week and a half, 2 weeks. I'll tell you that. It's real.
Well, we tell people to go to bars or go see this band or go see the Rangers. Well, go to church. What's the difference? You know, if the band's good or the bar's good, well, you tell your friends about it. Well, if the church is good, why wouldn't you tell your friends about that?
Yeah. But I've never been hungry for it like I am now. You know, and so now I'm just not going to stop. I'm not going to stop is what I'm getting at. He helped me through a rough time. And it's up to me now to do the work.
He's not through helping you.
No.
You're not.
No. And I'm telling you, because you got to understand, I've been through 3 years of pure hell. I've had a dark cloud following me around for 3 years. And every time I thought I got something completed, somebody kicked my feet out from underneath me. And it just happened over and over and over again. And
well, don't count your chickens before they're hatched kind of thing. And, you know, that if you, there you go, getting ahead of yourself. You get ahead of yourself and then it doesn't work out, then you're so much more disappointed than if you're working through it and, you know, like the inheritance thing. Oh, I'm going to inherit all this money, so I'm going to go crazy. And then you don't inherit it, and then what? Now you're behind the 8 ball because you were counting on something to be a way that it turned out not to be, but it's your own fault because you didn't handle up on what reality was.
Right. Amen.
So
yeah,
let it come to you. You know, you
can't force it.
No, you can't.
And the more you try, that's why I'm saying I've been so angst. Is because it's that close, and I planned it. Here's another. Listen to this. Okay. I had saved my money and budgeted my money to come sliding into home comfortably, right? Well, a few things, like you say, didn't happen. It didn't sell as fast as I thought it was going to sell. You know, we got all this action, and then
interest rates jump up or what?
Exactly. Yes. Biden does something fucking stupid, and yeah, it's everything. So, same thing. I'm freaking out the night before. Like I've got to figure out a way to come up with 10 grand. Just to make me feel comfortable. You know what I mean? Like to take the edge off. That'll get me where I need to be. Do you know the next morning, as I'm sitting there trying to formulate my plan, it's this K-cut machine out here. That's what I was like, all right, I need to figure out a way to sell this thing. Because that thing's worth 25 grand. I just need to find the right person that wants it. And I was like, I'll take 10 grand for it. I don't care. But I was sitting there trying to figure that out. And I get a phone call from my bank. It says, "Hey, Mark, how you doing? Doing good. Hadn't seen you in a while. This location's the main location downtown. Hadn't seen you in a while." She said, "Hey, I don't know if you knew it or not, but when I first started that company, Shamrock, I went and took money out of certain accounts. I got cashier's checks that I was going to deposit into the account to start the business. And evidently, I lost this cashier's check. Didn't even think about it. And she calls me and she's like, we got a cashier's check for you sitting here. Just come on up here and get it." And it was for 10 grand.
Yeah, I think you mentioned this one a couple podcasts ago.
Yeah.
The money from, I don't want to call it from heaven, but
it damn sure was a miracle that I needed.
Yeah, when I said roaster, I was meaning the K-Cup thing.
Yeah, no, that's my plan this week and next week. Try to find somebody to buy it. I had a guy that wanted to buy it, but it's just such a specialty deal.
Yeah, he was in the coffee business. There's chimneys, there's coffee, there's insulation, there's concrete. I don't know. There's more. Who knows?
Yeah. Most man, tickle my pickle.
That's why when he wanted to get in the service business, which is what I do, I laughed at him. I'm like, why in the hell, of all the things you could pick to get into, oh, man. And it's funny hearing him how he lays it all out, man. You know how many people there are, and you know how much money they make, and all you got to do is go to 0.5% of any of their houses, and then times this, and before you know it, I mean that's $6 million in revenue. It's like, okay, if it all works just like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck with all the parts in between there that all have to go on with all the employees and the trucks and the insurance and the scheduling and the callbacks and the weather and the oy vey.
Yeah.
So anyway, here we are with this.
Yep. Yeah, it's a good way to make money, but homeowners
You better earn it. You earn every frickin' penny of it.
Yeah. Yeah, homeowners are a pain in the ass.
Not that because a lot of them are most men. They don't understand what it takes. They don't care what it takes.
They just want you to do it for free.
Well, I found one of those on the internet for half that money. Well, order it and buy it. I'm out of here. Well, I don't know how to install it. And if I wire it up wrong, it burns up.
No shit. That's why I'm here.
Yeah. So anybody out there, why don't you start a company where homeowners buy all their stuff and then you go put it in and then see how long after it doesn't work right that they don't call you, and then you wind up telling them to eat shit, and then you get in a big war with them. But see, all you got to do is just find the homeowners that won't do that, and you know how much money you can make? $6 million. But good luck with the rest of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because employees don't give a fuck. They just don't.
Yeah. And the one you buy from the supply house has ball bearings in it and a warranty, and the one they're ordering is from China, and it's stuck on some ship somewhere out in the ocean and shows up 3 months late. All, the box has been opened and all the parts are missing, and have at it. Just anybody out there who, I'll just get on Google and figure it out. Do it all yourself. As soon as you try to hire a professional to help you because you're going to do part of it, a true professional will just go, have at it, because they'll do 90% of everything right. You do the 10% wrong, but then you're going to bitch at them. That's what a most man does.
Yeah.
So all you most men out there, do it. Just, you got it under control. You're geniuses. You know what to do. You got it under control. You don't need to incorporate anybody else. Do I sound a little bitter?
Yeah.
Just because I've been through it.
Yeah. No, I get it. I never really had problems when I was the one doing all the work.
That's the thing. You got to be the one doing all the work.
Exactly. But when you bring employees into the mix, you're just, God.
Or homeowners supplying parts.
Yeah.
Because then the part fails or doesn't work, or it was refurbished or something. I paid you good money to put that in. It was put in right, but the part broke. Well, what'd you do to it? Yeah, that's why you just do it yourself.
Yeah.
And don't burn your house down either.
And when you don't have any heat,
call 911 when you burn your house down.
Yeah. Yeah, no, speaking of that same kid, he did a job one time and this guy was the most understanding guy in the world. He was like some administrative guy for the Boy Scouts of America. So you know what I mean? He's like Mr.
Good vibe.
Yeah. I mean, just like, and I mean, I went over there because I had to go fix some of the shit that he fucked up, and he's like, and I'm trying to solve the problem for the guy, and he's like, no, I just feel like, he says it needs to be done, and he's here. So, and I was like, dude, you are wasting your money. And he does not have time to get all that shit done today. He doesn't. He's not going to get it done today. It's not going to happen. Oh, he says he's going to work late, and this, that, and the, and he did. Got in a hurry. Fucked all sorts of shit up. And I go back the next day because I had to fix his shit. And, it's just the simple thing of just chimneys they have soot, black soot. He had handprints all over the fucking door from this. It's like, did you not take one time to wash your hands after? Because cleaning it's the first thing you do. Well, that's when you get that. If you're not wearing gloves, and
even if you're wearing gloves, then don't touch nothing else with the gloves because the soot sticks to the glove and then it sticks to the door.
Yeah, and he was like, "Well, just look at the." He's like, Just look at this. And that was the whole thing. He's like, if you got fingerprints on my door, then what else is wrong? Everything. He even left his water hose on.
Oh, gee.
I went to go because I had to mix some stuff up, and I walked to the side of the house and it was a fucking lake, man. Yeah, he left his water running for 2 days.
That's ridiculous. Yeah, right when you think, how could somebody screw that up? Oh, yeah, they can.
Oh, easily. And this is the kid that I set him up. Oh, dear God. This whole thing scares me to death, man, the way the world's going. Scares me to death.
I think that's why I just have a lot less patience. Not that I had a bunch ever, but it's just everything's so stupid. I just don't have time for stupidity. Just next, move on, whatever. I try to give people the benefit of the doubt, but as soon as they just start, wanting me to explain why they should deserve the benefit of the doubt or something, don't bother me. I won't bother you. That's. I just want to live in my own little bubble. I'll help people when I can, but I just can't have everybody's problem become my problem.
No, it's exhausting. It's exhausting.
Entirely, and then politics wears me out, and the economy wears me out, and the supply chain wears me out, and COVID wears me out. I mean, there's just no shortage of just, it just gets you from every angle.
Well,
all the time.
I can't believe how that's another thing that I want to talk about too is well, number one, we've talked about this. I don't trust our government. I don't trust anything about what they're doing, but it's like this last mass shooting. This rolled through my head the other day. Because it only seems to happen when the anti-gun people are in there.
Well, which last one? There's been a bunch last ones.
Well, there's been a few lately, but the last one was the one where
the guy shooting his gun and then he shot all the neighbors.
That one, and then there's something just happened today or yesterday too.
Yeah, there was one this morning in Atlanta or something.
Yeah. But what I'm getting at is, do you think our government sets that kind of shit up?
I don't think they're smart enough. I think everything they touch, they fuck up. So I don't think they set it up. I think if they set it up, then nobody would get shot.
But everything is so fucking intentional. You know what I mean? Like, it's just the news. You can't believe anything on it. It's just nothing but garbage, and it's organized propaganda. That how anybody in the world can sit up there with a straight face and spew the garbage that they spew,
and expect everybody to believe it.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, it's starting to get so exposed. How corrupt.
But that's what it takes. It's got to get so stupid for people to finally go, this is really stupid, because it can be 80% stupid, and some people would still just go, well, that's just how it is.
I can't control it.
Exactly. Why do you let that bother you? Well,
because it bothers me. It's right and wrong.
Yeah.
It's good versus evil. I mean, it's down to that now.
Well, this Bloomberg, I get these emails or something from Bloomberg News, which is this left-wing stuff, and it's all talking about, going green and how to, all of this crap. Anyway, I read it for irritainment, but it literally talks about how they are not going to call like net zero, carbon net zero. No. We gotta put it in terms that don't piss off the other side, meaning conservatives or, people who aren't buying into the green crap. No, we need to call it go against deforestation because everybody everybody can understand not cutting down trees and saving the wetlands. Well, if anybody out there knows anything about this stuff, there's farmers losing their property because they got like a pond on it, and the federal government will tell them what they can do on their land because there's a pond, and that's called a wetland. So it sounds nice on the news with, well, we got to pass this bill to protect our wetlands. That's just a way to jack a farmer up who's got 500 acres and he's got some cattle and he's got a pond, but there's water on it. So now that's a wetland and the government can tell him what to do with his shit. And that it's the incremental creep of the left.
Yes.
The left always, it used to be illegal aliens and then it turned into undocumented workers and then it was, there was some progression on all these names, and now I don't know what the hell they call them, guest future citizens and shit.
Yeah, well, it's like you've heard about all the stuff at the border, how they're sending all these military agents down to the border, but it's administrative. It's
finally, but yeah,
no, it's
doing nothing.
No, it's administrative people to speed up the process.
Probably to pat people on the back and give them a goodie bag.
No, it's to speed up the process.
Yeah. It's not to keep people out.
No.
It's to help them get in.
Help them get in.
But on the news...
We're protected.
The military's going to the border. And most people are like, well, it's about time.
Yeah.
And then the other half that go, no, don't send them down there. Hey, no. Shh. Shut up. We know what we're doing. Just send them down there. We got this under control.
We don't need to be sending the military down there. Yeah, the
lefties saying don't send the military, thinking they're going to shoot people coming across the border. No, they're not going to keep anybody out. They're going to give them goodie bags and hurry them up so they can get their asylum, You
heard about that one either mayor or governor of Chicago.
Lori Lightfoot.
Yeah.
She's been a genius the whole time.
Yeah, begging Greg Abbott to quit sending up illegals.
Yeah, and all that with the Jussie Smollett deal and all of that. As soon as the black dude swore he got beat up by Trump people, her and the DA and all of that, oh, yeah, you evil white Trump people. The dude was lying through his teeth, and when he got caught, everybody went, all right, never mind.
Well, it's speaking of mass shooting, the other one was that mass shooting that shot up a school or something like that, and then they found out that he's a transgender or he or she, whatever.
Which way they ever flip-flopped.
Yeah, but as soon as that came out, the story was dead.
Yeah, I noticed that. How wouldn't you? Well, you only notice it if you're paying attention. If you're somebody who works 9 to 5 and you get home and you watch, the 6 o'clock news on one of the major networks, you're either not hearing about it or it just gets glossed right over. But if it's somebody who delves into, it's like when people say, oh, you're like that because you watch Fox News. It's like, no, I'm like this because I watch you. I watch what you do.
Yeah.
Nobody tells me what to think. I got a freaking brain in my head. I know what's right, what's wrong, what's stupid, what's not stupid, what to do, what not to do. But to piss on my back and tell me it's raining for the 30th time,
yeah.
And then when I call horse shit, well, he's just like that. Yeah, I am just like that. And there needs to be more people like that. Quit drinking the Kool-Aid, for God's sakes.
Yeah, I know. It's like...
And I know I'm on a roll here, Mark, but give me the dance floor. How can you have something in Congress, however many congressmen there are, 400, whatever the hell, 430 something, I don't even know or give a shit. How can you have 200 vote yes and 200 vote no, straight down party lines, but when somebody's running for Congress around here, I'm willing to work across the aisle, I'm willing to work, I want to hear both sides, and I'm here for, the betterment of everybody. And then you go to Congress and you vote exactly how your leadership tells you to vote. And then when you want to get reelected, you pull out the bullshit again about how, well, I'm ready, I can listen to both sides. Yeah, you may listen to it, but you don't do a damn thing about it.
No, they are gonna fuck this whole deal up, man. It's scary, man. How they can take something so good and fuck it up.
And you talked about wanting to go to Ireland. They're passing some crazier shit there than we got going.
No, I'm just going for vacation.
Well, you better not. You better check the rules over there. They got all kinds of crazy legislation going.
Really?
Makes this shit look like a walk in the park. Yeah, I'm ashamed of it. I'm half Irish. They're idiots over there.
Yeah, I just want to go over there for learn my family heritage.
Well, maybe look up some
Laws.
old family members and ask them what the hell's wrong with them. I mean, yeah, just look into what's going on with Ireland, with all the shit they're trying to pass. I mean, if you
Liberal shit?
real bad, yeah.
Really?
If you got a sign that says there's two genders, phew, jail, baby.
Really?
Yeah, that's a hate crime. Yeah, stay the hell out of Ireland. I was going to go with my kids. I mean, that was my 65th bucket list dream thing.
No shit.
They can bulldoze it into the fucking ocean and probably push it all the way around to Earth and drag it up on the California coast so they can all live together, all happy with their wacko world over there.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yep, it's bad. Yep.
What is the benefit of them doing this shit? I mean, what is it? It's so fucking crazy.
I think it's crazier that people don't call them out and say, what the hell are you doing? People just, they sink back in their chair and they just kind of, they most man it. Your country's going to hell. Do the country parallel like a marriage. You know, we're talking about most men, they don't step up when their wife's doing something stupid.
Yeah.
Well, our country's doing something stupid. Well, the most man don't say nothing to his wife. Well, why don't we say something to our government? Because it's kind of getting to the point you say something to the government, you're going to get audited, you know.
Yeah, you're going to get fucked.
Yeah, they're going to figure out a way to make your life less pleasant than it is.
So leave us alone, let us fuck it up, and as long as you leave us alone, we'll keep the dogs at bay.
But I don't know how you can just have these party line votes, just 400 some people split right down the middle, and if one of them votes on the other side, oh my God, traitor! Oh, the media, especially if the left, you know, like look at Manchin, he got roasted. Now Manchin did vote for a bunch of the crazy shit, and then he's crying about it. So, hey Joe, maybe you should have thought. Joe made a deal with the left, and the left got out of Joe what they wanted, and then they screwed him, and now he's crying about it. Like, hey, Joe.
Yeah.
Maybe you should have been watching instead of being, you know, we were so deep in the swamp, you didn't even know, idiot. But anyway.
Yeah. No, it's crazy, and it's scary, and jeez.
It's kind of like if you're on an airplane and you know it's going to crash in 3 hours, but you got a heart condition and you only got 2 hours to live, you might as well just sit there and watch the stupidity of all of it. Now, if you got 4 hours to live, you may want to, you know, try to fly the plane or figure out how to get out of the mess.
Right.
But if you're going to die before the plane crashes anyway, or you're on the Titanic or something, you know, yeah, I got 3 days to live, you know, it's going to sink in 4 days. Fuck yeah, I'm going to gamble. Chase some women, you know, hey, eat good, you know, the hell with my cholesterol.
Yeah.
But that's what's going on. I think they're just waiting for all these baby boomers to die off, the World War II generation, Korean War types.
Yeah, the real men that...
Yeah, people who gave a fuck and put their lives on the line, and now it's all morphed into, you know, don't trust anybody over 30, you know, that, which is funny, you know, during the Vietnam War. Don't trust anybody over 30. Now all them people are 75 and running the country, and we're supposed to trust them. But, no, they're just waiting for all the... It's easier to let the conservatives just die off than it is to try to convert them, because you can't convert them because they're like, I ain't wired that way, you know.
Right.
So they're just biding their time, letting all the old folks that would pitch a fit turn into old enough people to go, they got it so fucked up. Let them have it. They got to live with it.
But what positive? This all-inclusive transgender what fucking good comes out of that?
Well, I don't care if somebody's transgender. Just go over there and leave me alone. But as soon as, they want their rights, but they don't mind infringing on my rights. Or if I had a daughter, my kid's right, the war on women, the war on women. Like the conservatives are the ones trying to help the women, and the left is the ones cratering the women. It's just so... But it's like they just put the world in a blender, and there's nothing makes sense anymore.
Yeah, but no, this younger generation of men are not putting up with that shit from girls. They're trying to, they're standing up and saying, "Hey, what do you bring to the table?" Men, young men, most men, yeah, what do you bring to the table, man? You got boxes to check too.
Yeah, but then that guy goes to work, and he's got to toe the company line, or he's fired because, he didn't put a rainbow flag on his lunchbox. He's gone. It's getting to that where look at that hockey. In hockey, they made them dudes wear like pink rainbow jerseys, and the one guy from Russia wouldn't do it. He's like, I ain't doing it.
Yeah, no, I remember that.
Yeah. He's like, it's against my religion to promote this stuff. I'll pray for these people. I don't wish any ill on them, but I'm not going to promote this rainbow stuff. Oh, man, I'm sure he got called in the office and was admonished. But that's what goes on. They divide and conquer, Yeah. They split you from the herd, take you in the back room. You like working here? Da-da-da. Look, they got a big teachers. There's this big teacher shortage. Oh, because they don't make enough money. No, because you ran half of the conservatives off with having to teach this crap, all of this, whatever it is. There's like 10 different, left-wing ideologies that are, pushing on teachers to teach the kids. So they all split, leave, retire. And you're left with, well, we don't have enough teachers. Well, they don't make enough money. No. Well, I'm sure more money would be good. Why do I want to vote more money for teachers to teach kids how to be left-wing lunatics?
And take more of my money.
So, yeah. Why do I want? Why should I spend more money to promote that? Yeah. I mean, homeschooling's a beautiful thing as far as I can tell.
Well, but I pay attention. I watch a lot of these younger guys because I need to be. That's because that's how I'm going to have to steer the ship. So I pay attention to what's going on now in the younger generation, online or through all sorts of other means. But these colleges are they are starting to feel. That's why Biden's out there giving away money and loan forgiveness programs and all. They're scared to death because people aren't going to college. They're saying fuck it. I don't need a I went to college and I didn't need to do jack shit with my education. I mean, there's some people that need to be educated. They're doctors or lawyers or, all that. But I'm just saying,
now you got doctors that don't want to treat white people because white people are privileged. They're teaching that crap in colleges.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's every man for himself. The sooner you figure that out, the better.
Yeah.
If you're relying on society to save your ass,
you are fucked.
And even if you're in the left wing, you may be able to ride the wave there for a while, but they eat their own. Trust me. As soon as you become not
valuable,
not one of the, not exactly valuable to them.
Yeah. If they can't squeeze any juice, and once the juice is gone, they're done. But I'm just saying the college numbers are going down. Because these kids can get online.
There's no trades. Electricians, AC people, plumbers. Nobody, when I was a kid, it was like, learn a trade. You'll always be able to make $1. And now, even when I was going to high school, but see, because I was from an older generation, my folks were old and, all that. And, oh no, you don't want to work. You don't want to work with your hands. You don't want to get dirty. You don't want to have to do all of that. Make money with your brain. Well, how many people can make money with their brain when your car's broke down and your AC's broke at your house and your toilet don't flush and you ain't got enough electricity because your solar panels ain't working and, there's no hey, there's no more power plants burning coal, and where are you going to get this energy from? You can have all the solar panels you want. Somebody's got to wire that shit. You got to put a pole in the ground and, you got to work. But nobody knows how to work anymore.
No, it's sad, and it's scary, man. We're in for some.
I'm along for the ride. I'm just gonna watch how stupid it gets.
Well, but I'm 45. I still got to be in the.
Yeah, you're in trouble.
Yeah,
and you're a kid. Kids. I mean, you got young kids, man. You need to get them on the straight and narrow about how the cow eats the cabbage.
Oh, they do. My kids are workers. As soon as they all turned 16 and got cars, they went straight to work. As soon as they work as much as they can.
But yeah, look, you need specialized information. Like if you're shingling houses, well, the border's full of people that can shingle houses. So you need a specialized trade. You need something you can do that just your average guy can't do. Yeah. And you don't need college to teach you that either. So, whether it's being an auto mechanic or, just one of the trades, man. I mean, just running a backhoe, running a bulldozer, running, how to build something, pouring concrete, something that just your average person, like if they showed up at a job fair,
yeah,
what can you do? Well, I can do anything everybody else here can do. Well, then why should they hire you? Well, I can read, I can write, I can send emails, I can turn wrenches, I can run a drill, I can, list what you can do.
Yeah.
Well, I can be trained to do anything. Anybody can be trained to do anything. Why would they hire you? If you're just one of 100,000 people vying for 50,000 jobs, what does that do?
And another big problem right now is that they'll hire anybody just because they need warm bodies. Have you noticed in the fast food, like the last time I've gone to fast food like McDonald's or like today, normally McDonald's is on it, man. Pull up, order, pull up, and before you get your money, your food's coming out, It's almost like I went to Arby's the other night. There was the girl that was running the drive-thru. She was also fixing the food. I had to wait for her to fix my sandwich. I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
Try to wash her hands. She gets the $10 bill from the people in front of you.
Yeah, and that was the whole thing. At McDonald's today, all I ordered was 2 double, McDoubles. And it took 3 or 4 minutes. She's like, hold on. Like she had to go back and make them or something.
Well, they're starting to automate all of that. McDonald's actually has some totally automated McDonald's. There's one in Fort Worth somewhere. I've seen it on the national news.
Really?
Yeah. And then I also seen a picture of a filet of fish sandwich with the cheese stuck to the side of the thing. I'll send you that. It's hilarious. So somebody couldn't even get the cheese on the frickin' fish patty. But fast food's all going to go automated before long. They all want $15 an hour. When they get my order right, I'll vote for the $15 an hour. They never get my order right.
Hell no. It's getting worse.
And I don't eat cheeseburgers. I eat hamburgers. I can tell them. I want a hamburger. That means no cheese. There'll be cheese on it 90% of the time. Because I guess the whole world eats cheeseburgers. They can't comprehend a burger without cheese on it. That concept is just so foreign.
They don't care. It's like when I had that coffee shop. Oh, dear God. Watching those kids fumble and fuck stuff up all day. And it's like, and then they'd laugh about it like, I'm trying my hardest. Or, you know what I mean? Like, that was cute of me that I did that. You know, I'm like, no, it's not cute. You just cost me $5. You know.
Yeah, how many times you do that I don't see.
Yeah, God. And then I remember there was this one girl. Oh, and she was a libtard. You know, I remember because, you know, she found out, I mean, that I didn't agree with all the stuff she, you know, and I was just like, look, I don't care what y'all are going to do in life. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like the guy that I bought the coffee shop from, you know, he was all involved in their lives and, you know, celebrating them when they go to back to college for the semester or whatever. And I was just like, okay, you know. I remember she walked in my office and she's like, "You're not even going to say bye to me?" And I was like, "For what?" She said, "I'm going back to college." I was like, "Okay. You're not even going to say goodbye?" And I was like, "No. I just assumed you were going back to college. I pay you to do a job. I'm not your daddy. I'm not your..." Ugh. I mean, just the shit. Don't even get me going down that rant. They'll come in and just fuck it up and be like... The girls, that's what I'm saying. The girls are like, "Oh, girl, that's okay." You know what I mean? Like, you didn't mean to do that. And it's like, yeah, you did. You just...
And they're all on their phones, man. Hey, go pick up that hammer over there. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, no, listen to this. Okay. She was like, the same girl. I'm watching what's going on. And I'm like, fix me one of those teas, those iced teas. Ice tea. And she just made this rule up herself because she didn't like the way that Starbucks did it. She didn't like the fact that Starbucks fills their cups full of ice and you only get half a cup because it's full of ice. So I remember people used to ask me, they were like, "Is there something wrong with y'all's ice?" Because I never, it barely makes it out the window and it's already... She's like, "I believe in pouring the tea in first and then topping it with ice so you get more drink." I was like, well, what if people want fucking ice in their drink?
Yeah, I want... You know, I work outside. I want leftover ice so I can nibble on some cubes and get a little swig in 20 minutes. I want to just chug it.
Yeah, God, and she could not understand the concept of what I was trying to say. People order iced tea because they want iced tea. They didn't say, "Give me a warm tea with a few cubes of ice."
And if somebody wants that, they can tell you that.
Yeah.
Light on the ice.
Light on the ice. Yeah, God.
Yep.
Yeah. Most men, most women out there, just do what you're told. Just do what you're supposed to do. My God, it's not that hard. So, at any rate.
There you go. You got to hear old people bitch about young people, but...
Yeah, I'm kind of cranky today anyway. Didn't sleep worth a shit last night.
Yeah, old people need to be bitched at a lot too. So don't, if you're young, don't take this as we're just gang tackling young people.
No.
Old people are chock full of wisdom themselves.
Well, I honestly, we'll end it on this, because honestly, I do see it in my kids and their friends that the parents, like my generation of parents, we didn't fuck it up. We fixed what happened in that millennial. You know what I mean? We were like, that ain't happening to my kids. Because these younger kids today, I mean, I'm actually impressed with them. Now, when it comes to hard labor or something like that, and then that's questionable. But at least they have respect. They know they have to work. I mean, like, and it's not just my kids, it's their friends. I see it in their friends. You know, they're allowed to, we live in an area where they're allowed to get to do pretty much what they want. But, you know, it isn't a free-for-all like it used to be. Like, these kids, all of my kids and their friends and all that, even though their parents have money, they make them work. And these kids want to work because the parents aren't giving them everything anymore.
Yeah, well, working to keep your parents off your ass as opposed to having a career and making money where you can afford a house and all of that. That's two different worlds.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's two different people.
That's a whole nother show right there.
Yeah, that's real men or most men.
Are you doing the bare minimum because you're playing the game, or are you learning so it'll help you in the future? You know, like some kids go to college because their parents say, go to college or get a job. Well, I don't want to get a job. I'll go to college.
Yeah.
And they're dumber than a box of rocks. They got no business in freaking college.
Yeah.
They're just going because keeps the parents off their ass.
And everybody does it. Everybody's going.
Oh, I got to change my. I'm about to graduate. Oh, then you get a job. Oh, I need to change my major.
Yeah.
Let's kick that can down the road some more.
Yeah, one more year. All right. Well, we're going to wrap it up on there. Everybody keep your head up out there. The world's it's fucked, but
carve you out a nice niche and find your own program where you're not really relying on everybody or everything. That way, if you're disappointed, it's probably in yourself as opposed to having an excuse that I couldn't make it because of this and my boss because of that and the company because of this and you know what? If you don't make it, it's because you put yourself in a position
to not make it.
Yeah,
and I agree with that.
I have spoken.
Yep. Tim's nailed it. Okay. Yeah. Everybody pick your head up out there. Let's get this thing back on the path. You know, the world's fucked right now. We need to get this shit back on normalcy. So, we need on that. All right. Please like, subscribe, ring the bell, comment. We are on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, iHeartMedia, themostmen.com, info@themostmen.com is the email. Soon coming to Rumble. So, coming soon, man kits, get your man card, get your balls back, your 12-step program on how to maintain routine. Don't be a most man. Y'all have a good one.